What's up, y'all? It's your boy eBay Fight Predictions in the building. I'll be giving y'all my full card predictions for UFC Vegas 28. I contemplated not doing this whole week, taking a week off because of the main event. But nah, I told you, I promised I would give you guys a full card predictions, a lot of breakdowns this week, and yeah, I got about I think four breakdowns, four breakdown videos for these fights on the card, not on the card, for the week, but each fight on the card. I mean, but yeah, the main event's just trash. So Rozenstruik and Sakai isn't getting no fucking breakdown. I'll give you a breakdown here, but yeah, man, I like the card. It's just the main event. I'm like, bro, what? What retarded matchmaker decided to do that? Like Sakai versus Rozenstruik, it's not a bad fight. It would be like a good co-main event, but it's like, why? Like why? Like imagine if they go 5 rounds, bro. I'm gonna be crying, but it is what it is. Let's talk about the curtain jerker, the fight to start off the show. Makwan Americani versus Nate Landwehr. I do have a breakdown in this. This will be coming later in the week. But yeah, Nate the Train. I think I predicted a lot of his fights correctly. I predicted him to beat Darren Elkins. I thought he would have beat Herbert Burns, but he lost that one. I knew what's the homie's face? What's the guy's name? I forgot the guy's name that beat him. Yeah, Julian Rosa. I know Julian Rosa was gonna beat him. Julian Rosa. I think so many people didn't give him his respect. Like he lost to 3 really really good fighters. Julio Ars and just a ton of good Grant Dawson, just a ton of good competition. And I just thought, I thought Julio was gonna beat him, and he gave Nate that work. Makwan Americani is a good fighter. Nate actually has a really good chance in this fight. I feel like to kind of just sprawl and brawl. But I just feel like Makwan is the better fighter out of the two. I feel like he has the better hands. Nate's really tough. He relies a lot on his chin. There's nothing. I don't think there's anything wrong for that in a short term goal or a short term fight. But in the long term, it's not going to help you. I think Makwan is not only the better boxer out of the two. I also think he's the better striker out of the two, technically, and I think he's the better grappler. And I think Makwan has fought better competition overall. I know like Nate did crazy things in M1 and stuff like that, but I think Makwan's taking this by decision. But I do have a breakdown on that, so go check that out. Sorry for that. Next fight, Tom Breeze versus Antonio Arroyo. Good fight right here. Antonio Arroyo is a decent fighter, but I think Tom Breeze should win this fight. Could Tom get it finished? That's the question. I don't really think so. I think Antonio Arroyo is a tough guy. I think Tom's, he's man in his last 5. He's right now he's 2-3, but Tom is always shown some championship caliber, right? I think he's a good fighter, but he has a few problems. He has a good guard game. He has really good grappling, but I mean, he kind of gives up in wrestling transitions. I knew Amor Makadev would have his way with him. And I know he did kind of beat of a bum and KB Buller and Daniel Kelly, but Daniel Kelly beat Rashad Evans, so it's kind of hard to call him a bum. But I think Tom Breeze. I think this is gonna be in the striking. I think Tom Breeze has the boxing advantage. I think overall he's a better striker. Antonio, he does have a finishing ability, but I knew Deron Wynn was gonna beat this dude. And I just think Tom is gonna have. I think Tom wins this fight, so I'm taking Tom Breeze by decision. That is my prediction. Next fight, Claudio Puelles versus Jordan Leavitt. I love this fight, man. Claudio comes in 9-2. Is fighting out of Peru, age 25, height 5'11", and reach of 72. Jordan Leavitt is 8-0. Fights out of Las Vegas, Nevada, age 26, a height of 5'9", and reach of 71. I mean, both guys are coming off wins. Claudio is coming off a win over Marcos Marino, and Jordan Leavitt is coming off that crazy knockout slam over Matt Wyman. This is hard, man. I don't think Jordan Leavitt I don't think he's that good. I think he's a good grappler, but I don't think he's a good mixed martial artist. I don't know how tough this kid is. I know Claudio's tough. Claudio's a good grappler. I just don't know if Claudio has the fight IQ to beat him. Nothing against Jordan Leavitt shaking his ass. I'm not mad at that. Nor I'm not a fan of that too. I just want to make that clear. I don't know, man. There's nothing wrong with being feminine. Like that's a generally accepted thing for males to do. But I mean, I don't know. I didn't like the energy he was putting out after the Wyman knockout, and I think Claudio's tough, man. Claudio's a really tough guy, man. Go watch his fight with what's his name, Felipe Silva, man. The kid's tough. He is tough. So I'm gonna take Claudio Puelles by decision. I think he gets this done. I think he has the better striking, and I think he is good enough of a grappler, and he's well rounded enough to keep it on the feet. But I just don't know if he has a fight IQ to do that. That's what I'm worried about. I'm worried about he might get in these grappling transitions, and I think he might let Jordan Leavitt win. I think Jordan Leavitt might be the better grappler out of the two. But I don't know if he can get it to the ground against Claudio. I don't know if Claudio's going to let him do that. So I'm taking Claudio Puelles by decision. Next fight, Duško Todorović, I think that's how you say his name, versus Maki Pitolo, man. I love this fight. Man, this is a hard one for Maki. Duško is 10-1, is fighting out of Siberia, age 27, height of 6'1", and reach to 74. Maki's 13-8, which is, it's getting shaky. Maki fights out of Hawaii, age 30, height of 5'10", and reaches 73.5. So Maki is riding a 3-fight losing skid to Julian Marquez, Impa Kazangane, and Darren Stewart. His last one was against Charles Byrd by KO, and after that he lost to Colin Potter, I think that's his name. Duško's coming off a loss to Pulinelli Soriano, which is a teammate of Maki's. Besides that, he just beat Decan Townsend. So in terms of who's going to win this fight, I think Duško has the advantages everywhere. But I know this is crazy, and it goes against my logic. I don't know why I'm doing this, and he's burnt me like 3 times in a row, and I should know better. But I'm taking Maki by decision. I think Maki can win this. I think Maki wins this. Yeah, I think he can. This Duško kid, I think he's a good fighter. I'm not saying he's a bad fighter. Maki's on a 3-fight losing skid. Man, I don't know. I don't know when I'm gonna take Maki Pitolo. I'm gonna take Maki Pitolo. I'm gonna live with that one. I'm gonna live with this one. I don't know. I don't know about this one. This one might be one I might switch, but Maki, there's a bit of a bias coming from me. I've talked to Maki in the DMs. He's a good kid. He got caught in that Julian Marquez fight. That Julian Marquez fight was shameful. But I hope it wasn't to Maki's mental. I hope it wasn't really a loss, more than just a lesson. I hope he learned from that, and I think Duško should probably get this on the ground. He might be the better grappler. Maki's a decent grappler himself, but Maki, I don't know if I want to go with you right now, but I'm gonna take Maki Pitolo by decision. I'm gonna regret this. Montana Del Rosa versus Irene Lipski. We got a female fight here. I'm gonna keep it simple. I mean, Montana Del Rosa got lucky in her last fight that got called a draw. Irene Lipski, obviously, the Antina Shevchenko loss hasn't aged well, but I just think Irene Lipski is gonna win this. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm not really sold on Montana Del Rosa, but I didn't like the way she lost. I didn't like the way Lipski lost to Antina Shevchenko. I will be honest there. I didn't like the way she lost at all. Montana's a good grappler. You know what? I'm switching I was gonna go Irene Lipski. I'm taking Montana Del Rosa actually. I'm gonna switch that. I'm taking Montana. I didn't. Yeah. Man, I picked Andrew Lee to beat one out of the 3 predictions I got right on that UFC 262 cursed card was that fight. But I don't like her losing to Antina Shevchenko. I know she beat Luana Carolina. I know she beat Isabel Dupata, but I think Montana De Rosa, she's the better grappler. She does have the reach advantage. Female fights are hard to pick, but I'm taking Montana Del Rosa by decision. I know I said I'm taking Irene, but I just switched right now. I'm taking Montana Del Rosa. I don't know how many times I got to say that sometimes, but I got to say it a lot for my boy Capper comparison. Alan Patrick versus Mason Jones. Man, Alan Patrick, bro. I like Alan Patrick training with Stanford MMA. I'm a big fan of Henry Hooft and all those guys. Mason Jones, on the other hand, is also training with Alpha Male. Has just left his country of Wales, you know. And he's training with Alpha Male. He's training with these Cali boys. I mean, Mason Jones' last fight against that boy, I mean, Mike Davis was sensational. Great fight. One of my fight of the year contenders. It was phenomenal, and I cannot stress that enough. But yeah, it was a great fight. I loved it. Here's what I gotta say. Man. Who am I gonna go with? Who am I going with? I'm gonna take Mason Jones. I think Alan Patrick's last 2 fights didn't look good. Bobby Green's not a bad fighter. But Scott Holtzman, he's been getting knocked out recently. Demir Hazovic, I'm not that sold on him. Stevie Ray, Damian Brown, you know, like I'm taking Mason Jones. Now, Allen does have the reach advantage. He is 37. He's on a 2-fight losing skid, but I think Mason Jones is just the superior mixed martial artist. So I'm taking Mason Jones by decision. Next fight, Youssef Zalal versus Sean Woodson. I'm gonna keep this short too, man. Youssef Zalal has done me dirty these last 2 fights. I'm taking Woodson. I think Woodson is the better, but I know Woodson did. Man, he acted like a fool against Julian Rosa, didn't he? But I think this is gonna be on the feet. Youssef should take it to the ground, but I think Woodson's the better boxer. Now, Zalal might be the better overall striker, but the reach that Woodson has over his opponent in Zalal, it's 4 inches, so it's not like it's 79 to 75. So I don't think this is gonna go Zalal's way. He's young. Woodson's a lot older. He's been around mixed martial arts. Sorry, I don't know why I can't talk today. For a long time. It is like fucking 3 o'clock in the morning right now. I'm like, oh, why am I even doing a video today? But I was like, you know what, might bust it out already. But yeah, like Woodson's been around martial arts a lot longer than Zalal. So, you know, he was a high level boxer at the time. I think Woodson gets this done by decision. I think it'll be close. I think it'll be 28-29, but it is what it is. Maryna Moroz versus Manon Fiorot. Ooh, this is a hard one. Moroz could win this fight, but I'm taking Manon Fiorot. I think her last fight was super impressive. I think she hits a lot different. She's a better striker. I think this is going to be on the feet. There's not a really big, reach and I shouldn't say. There's not a lot of disparity in the reach. That's what I mean. It's only 1 inch. And I got Manon Fiorot. I think, dude, her last fight, I mean, it wasn't against the highest level of competition, but man, she just looks like she hits a lot different. And I think she takes this by decision. I'm taking her to win this fight. And I think Maryna is durable to go to a decision with her. Next fight, Amanda Ribas versus Angela Hill. Some ranked female fighters. I will be using the Tapology rankings, so these could be wrong. Amanda Ribas, I guess on Tapology is number 11. Angela Hill is number 10. Ribas is 10-2, fights out of Brazil, age 27, height 5'3", and reaches 66. Angela Hill is 13-9, fights out of New York City, age 36, height 5'3", and reaches 64.5. Ribas is coming off a knockout, lost to Marina Rodriguez. Marina Rodriguez, I mean, look what she just did to Michelle Waterson. Angela Hill's coming off I mean, a sloppy win over Ashley Yoder. I thought she would have looked a lot better in a rematch, too, against Ashley Yoder. She looked sloppy. Both of those girls look bad. Angela Hill in her losses against Michelle Waterston and Claudia Gadelia, looked decent. You know what I'm saying? She looked like a decent fighter. But with Ribas, I mean, she got caught. She's a little chinny. She also got knocked out by Polyana Viana. But here's how I look at it. Ribas has the reach advantage. She is the better grappler. We've seen, Angela Hill have problems with grapplers. And grapplers that can strike a little bit. Ribas can strike a little bit. I think Ribas takes this by decision. I think she lays and prays. She gets on her like a fucking wet blanket, stays there, and she could submit her. I could see that, but I think Ribas, she takes this by decision, man. This is a winnable fight for her, and there's a reason why they did this. Next fight up, Santiago Ponzinibbio versus Miguel Baeza. I do have a breakdown on this, so go check that out. I will keep it simple and short. I'm taking Santiago Ponzinibbio by decision. So I'm going to keep it there. That's about it. I know that kind of sucks for some of y'all, but go check out the breakdown. I did a lot of breakdowns on this card, so go check that out. Tanner Boser versus Ilir Latifi. Another fight I did a breakdown on. I'm taking Ilir Latifi. I got my boy Ilir, man. I just think the wrestling will play a factor in this. And Ilir, had a sensational performance against the number one contender heavyweight in the world, so I'm taking Ilir Latifi. And Tanner didn't look too good against Andre Arlovski, so yeah. And then Walt Harris versus Marcin Tybura. This is probably this is the dumbest pick I'm ever going to make in my life. I know better, but I do have a breakdown on this. So go check that out. That will be coming out. This will be the first breakdown of the week. It will be Walt Harris and Marcin Tybura. It will be coming out on Monday. I'm taking Walt Harris by second round TKO. That is my life. That is my life, man. My friends have made fun of me. They're saying I'm doing a pity pick right now. But Walt Harris needs this win. This is so stupid. But I'm gonna take Walt Harris. Go check out the breakdown, but I'm taking Walt Harris. And in the main event, Rozenstruik versus Augusto Sakai. I will be breaking it down here. I will be looking for the UFC rankings for this one. I don't know why I didn't do it for Angela Hill, but it is what it is versus Ribas. By the way, that's what I'm talking about. Let's look at these heavyweight rankings, man. It's always nice to see Charles Oliveira as that lightweight champion, not that fool Michael Chandler. Rozenstruik is number 6 in the world of the heavyweight division. And this fucking, piece of work, Augusto Sakai is number 9. I don't have a lot of things nice to say about Augusto Sakai, so I'm gonna try to keep myself contained. If I rant a little bit, then hey man, pray for your homie. Rozenstruik is 11-2, is fighting at Saram. Does also fight at American Top Team, age 33, height 6'4", and reaches 78. Augusto Sakai is 15-2-1. Good record for a bum. I'll give him that. Fights out of Brazil. Is he also an American Top Team talent? I think he's right? Or am I tripping? I might be tripping. Height of 6'3" and reach of 77. So there's not a really big difference in reach. It's only by 1, and Jorginho has that advantage. Jorginho is supposedly the taller guy. Hey man, they did call him 6'4", and we saw him, match up with Francis Ngannou, and he wasn't that close. Well, here's how I look at it. Both guys are coming off losses. Jorginho's coming off a loss to Cyril Gane. He lost. He didn't really do anything, but he lost. He does have a win over Junior Dos Santos, and he does have that loss to Francis Ngannou, and then he has a win over Alistair Overeem and Andre Arlovski. Augusto Sakai beat... no, he didn't beat. He got messed up by Alistair Overeem. He did not win this fight, but he cheated in this fight. Cheated to beat Bligo Ivanov. He grabbed the fucking fence like a punk. All right? There should have been a point taken away. Man, don't even get me started on that shit. He did knock out Marcin Tybura, sadly. He has a split decision. He didn't even win this fight against Andre Arlovski. And he does have a TKO ground and pound finish over Chase Sherman. Augusto Sakai is the definition of lucky. All right, I've never seen a guy like him in my goddamn life. People like him give me hope. They give me hope that one day I could make it to the UFC. I have a chance. Motherfuckers like that. Augusto Sakai, I might be envious of how lucky he is. I'm serious. Fuck this dude. Real talk. Alright, I got Biggie Boy by 3rd round TKO, and I hope he fucking ends this fool. I've never seen a... He walks around with some weird confidence. He's proud of the way he looks. Nothing wrong with it. I think that's good to be like that. But he's a disgrace. Dude, he's a disgrace. So I am praying to God that Jairzinho ends this fool. I don't understand how he has the fact, here's the sad thing. He can go home, right? Let's say he retires. He can say he main evented 2 UFC fight nights. And I can't say no to that. I can't say he's lying to that. As much as I wish I could say. I am not a fan of Augusto Sakai. I wouldn't be mad if he tripped over a wire like Tony Ferguson, broke some ace. I wouldn't feel that bad for him. The guy is a piece of work. I got Biggie Boy by 3rd round TKO. But yeah, that's it for the full card predictions. I know, quick video, but hey man, this card, it is what it is. I am covering it because it's almost like my duty to cover these cards. But yeah, it is what it is. But at the end of the day, it is at the end of the video, so you already know what's coming up. Go follow me on my Instagram. Go follow me on my Twitter. Those links will be down below in the description box. If you're new, subscribe, obviously, like, comment, share the video. Let's get this eBay Fight Prediction Nation growing. Also, go click the notification button so you guys are always notified about my next and new video. Love y'all and goodbye. I always appreciate the support. Always appreciate the comments. I love y'all and goodbye.